Hey everybody, welcome to DA Wrestling Podcast here. I am your host, Andrew. This is always with Doug. This is the Raw review. King of the Ring is coming back. Vinci gets kicked out of Imperium in the process. You know what? Becky Lynch wins the title again in the Battle Royal. And Priest basically makes it know that he thinks he doesn't really need Judgment Day anymore. Anyway, let's get everything going first. First off, let's start off with Doug. How the heck are you? How's things going?
Can't
Feeling
complain,
better from
dude.
what I understand?
Yes. We were going to record last night, but I was at a personal engagement over the weekend and forgot to eat before indulging in some adult beverages.
You
And
sugarcoating the fact that he got shitty drunk.
yeah, and I did not have a fun yesterday. But I'm much better now. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah,
All right,
can't
that's good.
complain, dude.
Well, before we get into this, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. Right? Put a comment down below, share, talk. Everybody really helps the channel out, helps everything else out, helps in the podcast, the
We're
followers,
still
on
looking for
everything.
comments.
Look for everything, guys. Comment down below. Be afraid. We're not going to tear anybody's head off. Trust me. Trust me. I have
Unless
better things to
unless
do.
you give unless you give me like literally the worst wrestling take I've ever seen in my life, yeah,
I got.
I'll go easy on you.
Oh, I can say things that are horrible. Anyway, let's get on with it. Anyway, Raw started
Uh,
off this week.
well, did you want to just briefly finish touching base what we were talking about on SmackDown about the releases?
Yeah, let's talk about that really briefly before we
So
really
it
get
turns
fully
out,
into this.
yeah, so turns out Von Wagner was a part of those releases.
Yes.
So he's no longer with WWE, and
Mm-hmm.
as of today,
Yep.
as we're recording this Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Cameron Grimes has also been released.
Which, to be honest, is very kind of disappointing. I kind of figured Grimes in the Triple H area would be much better. I mean, he flourished in NXT, and I figure
Yeah.
like he just didn't do much on. I guess he got lost in the shuffle on the main roster. There's a lot. I mean, the main roster is pretty big, hence the draft coming up. Hopefully, give people more time and more. Well, I
Well,
guess
the
footage.
thing is like the roster is enough now.
Mm-hmm.
Where like if you look at like the original brand extension, like the kind of big stars were on Raw and the kind of like gritty up and coming guys were on SmackDown. And
Yes.
you had a couple main eventers on SmackDown. You had your Batistas and your Undertakers and uh JBLs of the world.
Uh,
But
well, up and coming John Cena as well. Yeah,
well, yeah, an up and coming John Cena, but literally as soon as he became a big star, they moved him to Raw.
that's true. And he's been Raw ever since,
Right.
for the
So,
most part.
except for that one draft where he was drafted to SmackDown in the first after the first match, and then in the
Drafted
main event,
back.
got drafted back to Raw.
That was so weird.
That was so stupid.
That was so weird. I just never could have wrapped my head around it. Kind of like what happened on Raw at the end of Raw, but we'll get to that at some point. Uh, but I mean, let's also
Yeah,
talk really quickly Dynasty, really quickly.
yeah,
Osprey Danielson, I easily consider right now one of the best matches of all time.
yep.
Uh,
I've
I haven't
seen
seen it
people
yet, but
say,
it's awesome by the looks of it.
yeah, I've seen people say it's the best match to ever happen in the United States.
Apparently, Osprey
Um,
retired the Tiger Driver.
yeah, but I don't know. Danielson's got some pro ass selling, dude.
Yeah, apparently he sold
Uh,
the whole thing.
right. Because he like I would say I've seen like I saw the Tiger Driver spot.
Yeah,
Um Omega landed worse
yeah.
than Danielson did.
Mm,
But anyways, and if Danielson was legit hurt, the ref would have stopped it right there.
yeah, for sure.
Like
Uh,
let's but
yeah,
that's one of those moves that makes you suspend disbelief.
yeah. Uh, Swerve Strickler is a new AEW champion. Actually, looking
Called it.
forward to. I think we called it a while back, but we're looking forward to actually Dynamite to see where that goes. I'm just to see who his first challenger is going to be for that title.
Well, he's got an eliminator match this week
Yeah,
with somebody I saw advertised.
I have no idea yet. Well, I'm sure Dynamite should be interesting. Roddy Strong beat Kyle Raleigh with the hints of Cole possibly turning on Wardlow, get kicked him out of the Undisputed Kingdom.
MJF Wardlow all over again.
Absolutely. Uh, Return of Jack Perry.
Okay, we saw this coming.
Yeah,
Like,
we saw this coming. It was imminent.
so yeah, we saw this coming after not only did they air the footage a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah, which was literally 2 weeks ago at this point.
yeah, and then the reaction he got in Chicago
Yeah,
for Windy City Riot.
it's Chicago.
I know, but still, like, I would say, like, you know, after that happened, I think is when they said, okay, let's pull the trigger, bring him back.
Yeah,
And it would not shock me if they literally throw Jack Perry with Okada in the box.
well, that's probably what they're going to do. The new Elite, which should
Mm-hmm.
set up probably whenever Omega gets back and Hangman gets back to like Elite versus, I guess, Elite.
Elite versus Golden Elite.
I guess so. Yeah, whatever they want to.
Because listen, is a did Ibushi get hurt again?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't
Because
heard from Bush in a
if he's
while.
healthy, like if Ibushi's healthy, then
Yeah,
you can run the Bucks and Okada versus uh
Bushi,
Omega
Mega.
and Hangman.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, yeah, other than that, Dynamite was pretty decent. I mean, the only one I that match, only one that made sense that didn't make sense was probably Jericho beating Hook, and a lot of that people were telling Jericho during the match to retire, go away, don't come back. Just look, Chris probably needs to go away for a little bit just to reinvent himself because he's been on TV now for what 2, 3 years straight with
So
little hiatus here and there. I think he needs a hiatus for Raw
this may actually be the longest time he's been on TV
in probably a
uh
decade. Yeah,
cons consecutively. Like you think he's been on TV pretty much every week since 2019?
yeah. I don't think he needs to be on TV every week.
No, he doesn't. But he's been a very prominent figure in AEW since day one.
Le Champion.
And then you think about it, like he only took about 6 months off after leaving WWE.
Yeah, he was touring with Fozzy at the time.
Right.
I mean, that guy's a busy guy. I mean, he's like the busy guy, just like The Rock is.
Well, because
Like the
even so, he was doing the New Japan thing too.
it's true. Like
So like
he's
he had his mini New Japan run in 17, like his last match with WWE was July of 17.
mhm.
By January of 18, he was wrestling Omega at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
And then like he had matches with Naito, matches with Okada,
yeah,
um, matches with a few other guys, I think too. But and then AEW started.
yeah,
So it's like, you know, and he's basically been the same guy. And what always made Jericho fresh and exciting was he knew when to change it up.
yeah.
And the thing is, like, I don't think he knows how to change it up anymore, especially since he's been using literally all of his gimmicks in
Yeah, he used the line. He's been using the Lionheart one recently, and it's just
Lionheart. He's used Painmaker. He's used
Le
like,
Champion.
yeah, and he's been like five different fucking monikers in
Yeah,
AEW.
yeah. The
So yeah,
Wizard, which is just weird. But anyway,
I never understood that.
no. But anyway, let's get into Raw. Raw opened up with Jey Uso, basically talking about how he's gonna have a match with Damian Priest, which prompted Damian Priest to come out.
No Judgment Day.
No Judgment Day. And Uso kind of laid into Priest a little bit, stating that the only reason why you're the leader of the Judgment Day is because Mommy's not here right now.
But hold on, can we back up a sec? Because
Sure.
listen, Damian Cook too.
Oh yeah.
Damian Cook too, and he told Jay flat out, like, you're gonna be the first that the machine's gonna feed me to make this title look good. I'm like, that's a badass line.
Yeah. Well, they believe in Damian Priest right now. And Priest is he's worked. I mean, both guys have really. I mean, if you look at both those guys as far as WWE goes, like I never thought Jey Uso would be a single star the way he is.
If you if you asked me even 2 years ago, did I think Jay would be um like a world champion challenger type singles wrestler? No.
No, I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
Like even at the height of the bloodline, I was like, nah, like Jay's gonna have that match with Roman. Like that's gonna happen.
And they'll just go kind of just fall to the mid card, right?
And then he would be like a mid card, like
Yeah,
IC champion
yeah.
a
But
half a
no,
dozen times.
he's. I mean, Roman wasn't lying when he said he elevated his family.
Yep.
Wasn't
No,
lying.
of
Like it's an
course.
absolute fact. I mean, Jimmy's a little different, but Jay absolutely yes. He elevated the shit out of him and Solo. So
So is this where you drop the fact apparently Jacob Fatu is
so
on
speaking
his
of,
way?
yeah, so looking forward to this. Yeah, Jacob Fatu is probably imminently showing up on SmackDown apparently this week.
Uh,
Um
who said that one?
I think it was might have done through Wall Culture or something like that, or maybe through Meltzer maybe mentioned it. I don't know. But I know somewhere down the line, apparently he is showing up eminently. He's not
Yeah.
far away, which is great. You're fine. That's going to be a bulldozing, bloody group. And apparently, it's
No.
going to be a bulldozer group. Disgusting. But yeah,
PW Insider.
PW Inside, that's it. So that's there. Went to our first match tonight, which is the Awesome Truth versus DIY. Uh, Good match from what I understand. Decent. Like when I saw it, it's good. Like I'm not a big fan of the Awesome Truth. I'm just not. It's just to me, it's just a comic gimmick. I just they're placeholders for me right now for a time. It's like here's you've been here for so long. Here's your crown, and then they're gonna take it away for a little bit after a while.
Yep.
It's kind of how I see it. Who wins that title though? I don't know on Raw.
I
I
don't care
really
right now.
don't.
I'm just kind of like I'm just going week to week at this point.
Yeah, beats me. And
I
now
mean, because there's no like the next big show is SummerSlam.
that's the next. Well, technically, Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Technically,
well, Money in the Bank's somewhat of a big show, but
yeah,
that's usually centered around the ladder matches. So,
yeah. But technically,
um,
it's considered like now Big Five. It's like considered like the fifth one
right.
to do. So
But even so like that's still what 2 months away. So like, I mean, like I'm just kind of like taking it as is. If I get a cool title change on Raw, cool, man.
yeah, fair enough.
Like
Uh,
it is what it is.
Speaking of events, they've announced the return of the King of the Ring. From what I understand, it is going to be in Saudi Arabia.
Yep. King and
Uh,
Queen of the Ring.
yep.
Plus, they're going to do the SmackDown the night before in
Oh,
an arena in Saudi Arabia for the first time,
that should be interesting.
which means SmackDown will still probably air at 8 o'clock, but if it was live, it would be at like 1.
Fair enough. Uh, Gunther returned to announce himself for the King of the Ring.
Yep.
Good to see Gunther back.
Good
Which
promo
good
because
promo.
he he explained that for 2 years he had a target on his back.
Yep.
And he actually thanked Sami Zayn for taking the target off his back because now the hunted has become the hunter,
Absolutely.
which
That's a
I think cold ass line.
cool. Yeah. Which led to him basically kind of crapping on Imperium a little bit, the rest of Imperium a little bit. Which also led to the New Day match.
To which
Uh,
Imperium lost, and let's get to the headline here.
yeah. Vinci's kicked out.
Yeah,
He got the crap kicked out of him by Kaiser.
Kaiser basically beat down Vinci the way he beat down Kofi
Yeah.
a number of months ago.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
even
most things.
even with that running drop kick onto the stairs,
Yeah.
where he literally sprinted halfway across the ring.
So that being said, since Vinci is now out, I don't know what they're going to do with Vinci. I'm sure they're going to have some kind of weird feud with Kaiser, but consider this is now on a Tuesday. NXT happened tonight. Little spoiler alert going on here. Dragunov lost the title to Trick
Yeah. Whoop that trick, dude.
which means Dragunov is probably going to be on Raw. I'm assuming very imminently. Actually, we said once the draft starts on Friday, so we'll just see what happens with there. But Dragunov, the new guy in Imperium.
I don't even know, like, if they replace him at all, because
Yeah.
I think the end game here is now you're back to the OG2.
Yeah.
With Kaiser and Gunther. And I bet you throughout the summer, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Where Kaiser maybe isn't pulling his weight anymore. And Gunther just finally has enough.
Yeah.
And he just fucking destroys him. Because I think at the end of the day, him being attached to Imperium is just holding him back.
He's not really attached to Imperium though. He's kind of like his group behind him is just Imperium. But Gunther, you never see Imperium really get in the way in Gunther's matches. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Very rarely you do. It's not often. So I mean, but yeah, Dragunov's probably gonna be on the main roster. I'm expecting Dragunov to be somewhere in there. Is somewhere involved with Imperium or Gunther in some way, shape, or form. But we'll find out. I could be wrong. He might not be going to Raw, but he did debut on Raw the night after WrestleMania.
Yes.
So that kind of gives me the clue that he might be on Raw. Uh, Drew McIntyre came out after
Still whining
whining,
about WrestleMania.
which brought out Sheamus with that bitchin' music.
Who told him the exact same thing that we've both said. It's the exact thing that I wanted to happen in the first place.
Yeah.
As soon as Punk got hurt.
Yeah.
Drew gets his moment.
Yeah.
Punk costs him, and then Priest cashes in.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Drew is still probably going to win the title in June in Scotland.
Yeah, Clash of the Castle.
Yeah. That would not shock me in the slightest.
Yeah, I kind of like how they're doing a lot more of these pay-per-views. I like the Clash of the Castle last year was quite a good show.
That was 2022, bro.
2022? Sorry. It was a good show. I liked it. But Sheamus comes out. Looks like they're going to. Sheamus had a match with Nakamura after Sheamus shit talked him. Actually, probably line of the night was burgers.
Yeah, instead of banger after banger, lately you've been having burger
after burger. Yeah. And Sheamus just kind of took it as a try.
Yeah, because you know what? And we were talking about this fat shaming shit that people are doing to Sheamus.
Like a couple days ago. No.
And he's like kind of leaning into it on socials, but it's like, listen, this dude still looks better than 95% of the fucking wrestling audience.
You're not wrong.
Like, even him in a bloated looking state, is still in better shape than probably
Quite a few people.
Me or you.
Not about me, but definitely you.
He's only a couple years older than you. That's the thing.
I know.
But that's what makes it more impressive. He's fucking 46 years old.
Yeah, I mean, look at Rey Mysterio.
That's true.
Motherfucker's age, 50. Right? Some guys, sometimes that comes down to health and eating properly and stuff like that and being determined. But this probably leads to Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus somewhere down the line again.
Cool.
Which is cool. May be a good match. You could throw it on SmackDown as a main event or Raw as a main event.
Give it to me.
It was a good match. It was a really good match. After that, we get the Gable promo where he just tore into Alpha Academy, specifically calling Maxine dumb as rocks.
Yep. Pretty as they come, but also as dumb.
Yep.
Called Otis his biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
And then
I miss what he said to Tozawa, but
something about the fact he never wins.
Yeah.
And he's useless.
Yeah. But they're going to turn. Look, I see this being a temporary thing with Alpha Academy now. Instead, she's going to probably lead into a Gable stable that's going to be just probably a hell of a good heel. And it's very similar
I'm
to
telling you,
very similar to Team Angle for sure.
it's going to be Team Angle 2.0.
Yep.
It's going to be Gable and the Creeds.
Yep.
And listen, Alpha Academy's done. Okay, it's like it's Cesaro's going to go his own way.
Yep.
Otis is going to probably get repackaged, and I mean,
yeah,
Maxine is fine because she can stay in the women's tag division with Ivy.
yeah. I can see Ivy might have joining them too because she's really friends with the Creeds and she might just move in with Gable too. Well, it depends on what they want to do as far as that goes.
That's fair.
It's possible. And Ivy now is a hell of a talent. She's a hell of a talent. Like I'm a fan of Ivy now. She's a great wrestler. I hope she gets more opportunities. Uh, After that though, we got to a little. Well, Dom Mysterio was supposed to wrestle tonight, but you see that Dom Mysterio had a sling around his arm. Apparently, Dom Mysterio is somewhat injured. I'm wondering if we're gonna have videos of him at home with mommy, both in slings.
No, apparently this injury is legit.
Yeah. Well, so is
I know. So,
Ripley's.
but no, apparently Dom hurt his shoulder on the weekend.
Yeah.
At a live event.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's just kind of playing from the sidelines right now.
Yeah. But what happened? See, after that though, see that the match with Ricochet and Andrade versus Escobar, who took on his place with JD. The match was okay. What happened at the end was more impressive or more interesting. Priest comes in and basically just dismantles Ricochet and Andrade
by himself.
And
then yells at JD and Dom something to the effect of,
well, he said in Spanish first to Dom, and
yeah.
JD was like, "What did he say?" And Dom looked at him and just said, "It's not good." When which Priest replied, "Say, you want to know what I said? I don't need you guys to take care of this stuff."
Yeah.
So we're starting to see the cracks now.
This is where you see Damian rise above the Judgment Day, and you see when Rhea comes back in a couple of months, he's gonna be like not inflated ego, but like kind of too cool for school. Like you guys are beneath me now, and she's gonna be like, "Fucking get him."
She could also be too possibly lead to Finn Balor versus Damian Priest.
Cool.
That'd be cool. And but speaking of Finn Balor, he re-signed a contract with WWE. Posted a nice little cutesy thing on Twitter or X about it.
If any of y'all listen to this have ever seen the meme or the GIF out there of a high school football player, and he says, "They had us in the first half, not gonna lie," that's how this tweet read.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like he
I thought he was retiring.
It sounded like he resigned, not resigned.
So
but no, Balor's sticking around.
Yeah, he's sticking around. Apparently it's a multi-year deal worth a fair amount of coin.
Cool.
From what I understand.
I don't care how much they make.
Good for him. The guy's done great. I mean, ever since he went to the Judgment Day, the whole thing is like his work has been very good. You can tell he's having a lot of fun nowadays instead of what it was before with Balor Club or whatever the hell they wanted to call it. I mean, like he went from like really awesome in NXT to like in the beginning to hurt to and then Judgment Day. So the guy's done well. Like he's done well. It took some time, but he's done extremely well. And this whole the heel gimmick that he has is good. So
yeah, it's wild to me. He's been in WWE for 10 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's amazing.
Because that makes me realize that it was 10 years ago that AJ Styles was in New Japan.
It's been a long time.
Fuck, I'm getting old.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I
That's like
always,
that's like when a 20-year-old kid who I work with tells me he feels like an 85-year-old. It's like you what? Anyway,
yeah, but the difference is I only say it to get under your skin because I know,
yeah,
'cause
well,
I know what can set you off, sir.
that's what he said me. I just sit there like, really?
I know, but I get a
Uh,
reaction, so I win.
fair enough. Whatever. Anyway, Battle Royal time. Uh, Becky Lynch versus Battle Royal.
Oh, you want to ignore the really cool Becky Lynch promo before this?
Not really want to ignore it, but I thought it was let's get to that first because this is part of it too.
So
Speaking of which,
Jackie's yeah, Jackie's in the back,
yeah,
and she was interviewing somebody. Becky. What?
no, she wasn't even like Becky. Becky Becky took the mic.
Oh, right, right. She was interviewing Natalia, I think.
Yeah,
And then all you could hear is screaming that
yeah,
the mic's picked up. They turn around and Liz and Nia are in each other's faces being
yeah,
pulled apart.
yeah,
And then here comes Becky, takes the mic out of Kayla's hand, or not Kayla, Jackie's hand,
yeah.
and starts cutting a promo on the way to the ring. Walks by Ivy Nile and Maxine,
Maxine.
looks right at Maxine and says some very nice,
Yes.
encouraging stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you know, this is your first world title match. Go prove to them why it's not going to be your last.
And
That's
Maxine
it.
actually did a really good job in the Battle Royal. She was quite well.
Yeah, that was really nice.
She eliminated Indy Hartwell as well as Candice LeRae. So
Yeah, there you go. Nice little sweet revenge for her.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, and then Becky just kept talking all the way to Gorilla, and the camera followed her out. So
Well, what
Becky
she
got
said in Gorilla was actually quite funny.
we got our weekly long shot entrance. As I'm gonna name this segment the long shot entrance of the week.
It's fair. What's funny though is when Becky said, "Get the camera ready. Got to take a new picture." That's
Yep,
fantastic. So anyway, Becky comes out. Everybody
starts the
fills the
battle royal.
ring, starts the battle royal, fills up. Now Jax had a really good showing. Match eliminated quite a few people. Eliminated Piper Niven.
Yeah,
Uh, everyone's working together for the most part. Like I thought for a little bit, I thought Shayna Baszler might win, maybe, but
I've almost given up hope that,
yeah, I don't think it's ever going to happen at this point.
but
I
no. So like,
want to talk
and
about
by
the
the way,
final three.
Chelsea Green with a 1,000 IQ play.
Yeah,
Okay, so at one point Becky gets pulled out of the ring, I think
yeah,
by Piper,
yeah,
and gets just smashed, and she ends up on this table.
yeah,
Nia comes out and drops Piper onto Becky, and the table didn't break.
yeah,
Tried twice, and the table didn't break.
yeah. Samoa dropped her too.
Yep. And during this, I believe it was Natalia had eliminated Chelsea Green.
Was it Natalia? Or was it Natalia? Might have been Natalia.
Anyways, it completely eliminates Chelsea Green, but because the refs are preoccupied trying to pull Nia Jax off, Chelsea Green quickly gets up and hops on the
Yeah.
apron, and the ref yells at her to get back in the ring. So Chelsea Green with a 1,000 IQ play.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chelsea Green. Um,
Let's talk about the final three though. The
okay,
final three in that match were literally the last three
the
people
last three challengers of Rhea
of Rhea
Ripley.
Ripley. Uh, that was kind of interesting. Um, Becky. So Becky and Liv basically tag team to get Nia Jax out of the ring, which leads to Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I was really hoping Liv Morgan was going to win here. I wasn't a big fan of Becky winning. I don't think Becky needed to win it. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. But maybe you can educate me, as you like to say, and tell me why you think Becky Because I don't know. Do you think Becky deserved to win that, or do you think it should have went to Liv?
Okay,
Because
so
Bully
first,
Ray posted on Twitter saying, "Congratulations, Becky, but it should have went to Liv."
fuck Bully Ray.
I'm just saying what he said.
Fuck Bully.
Okay,
He's always got something to bitch about.
yeah, fair enough.
Like he bitches just as much as the fucking IWC that he fucking bitches about.
Fair enough.
Like he's just as much of an IWC troll as the rest of us.
Fair enough.
But
Anyway,
anyways, let's. So first of all, this closing segment, or this final sequence of this match.
yeah,
First of all, made this not make sense anyway
fair enough.
because Becky throws Liv over the top,
Yep,
and Liv then pulls Becky through the second rope.
yep,
Therefore, Becky would not have been eliminated
yep.
had she hit the floor. Which I thought, because of this, like Becky was just gonna you know, grab her and
Yeah,
then both of them touch the floor and then Becky just gets back in the ring because she never
yeah,
went over the top.
mm,
That's how I thought it was going to happen, but it
yeah.
didn't
Fair enough.
because even Cole and McAfee were playing like Becky would have been eliminated if she hit the floor.
Yeah,
I'm like, and yeah, so anyways, Becky wins. Now, I think this reminds me of, do you remember a couple of summers ago when Moxley was supposed to take vacation
oh yes, the CM Punk stuff.
and then Punk got hurt?
Yeah.
So Moxley canceled his vacation. They made him world champion again just to kind of bridge through.
Yes, very similar thing because I remember, yeah, because Becky Lynch was supposed to be off with
Yeah.
Seth, and because she was supposed to be, I believe, off after the European tour.
Yeah.
And then
And then,
Rhea got hurt with
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. And then Rhea got hurt. So,
Yeah.
like, two things.
Okay.
One, did Becky need it? No. She's already like a 5-time world champion.
7-time now.
Oh, sorry. She was a 6-time world champion
Yeah.
before this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she hasn't been champion in a couple of years. Like, literally, it's been 2 years since she's been champion.
Mhm.
Um, and as for Liv, like, she she's like another person she's really good with the chase. They don't know how to deal with her as champion. When she won Money in the Bank a couple years ago,
I think
right?
Liv is more suited to be a champion now, especially if you turn her full blown heel and don't make her like a idiot heel, make a full out serious Liv Morgan heel. I think you could have a good run with her. But you're seeing a
But
lot
here
of you still
here's the
see a lot of
thing.
cheers for her though too. Even this whole Liv Revenge
Yeah,
tour.
so here's the thing. It's more like it's one of those situations where it's like the devil you know versus the devil you don't,
Yeah.
right? You know that people are going to be happy that Becky wins.
Mm,
Because listen, the only people that didn't like it
yeah.
live online.
Fair enough.
Because if you listen to that place,
Oh, so if you watch it, everybody was happy as hell.
exactly.
Yeah.
The only people that are with this like anti Becky fucking and like some people are saying it's like worse than Charlotte. And I'm like, fuck off. Like
I'm not saying that at all.
Charlotte's won 14 world titles.
Yeah. Okay, first off, I'm not don't even compare me to people online there. I'm just saying I don't like Becky Lynch because I just felt maybe Liv they should have had it more. To me, this just doesn't need it. But like I don't hate Becky Lynch for it all.
But again, it's like Liv doesn't actually need the title to boost her star power.
No.
Like at this point, neither does Rhea.
Well,
Neither does I would hazard to say even Nia doesn't need it.
my
Because
question though,
but someone has to be champion.
my question though too is this: hypothetically speaking. So this is kind of like I'm kind of thinking of ways to think of this. Kind of to digest over the past 24 hours. A couple theories, a couple interesting ones, kind of actually. So, one, if you're just gonna do the whole thing with Liv, he has the title off Becky next week, then that's just to me is stupid. I hope that doesn't happen.
Right.
But I'm wondering though too, if they're gonna pull an AJ Lee Page situation. So the draft is next week on Raw. It's day night, it's night 2. Last Monday, a certain individual debuted on Raw, Roxanne Perez. On my IUB, she is the NXT champion right now. I don't know about having on NXT yet. But what if Becky is the champion next weekend and debuting Roxanne Perez comes in and wins that title?
What's your end game here? That Liv beats a newly up and coming Roxanne Perez?
No, I actually be happy with Roxanne Perez holding that title for
until mommy gets back and fucking destroys her.
Or you have a 3-way with that with Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez.
And guess what? Roxanne's still eating the pin in that match.
Maybe not. You could still have Liv pin to eat the pin. All depends on what you want to do. But I like Roxanne Perez as a heel better than I do as a face.
So look, this has always been about the Liv Morgan revenge tour, right?
Well, that's kind of how they're playing off this, yeah.
Right. So realistically, she's taken Rhea out.
Yeah.
I actually will expect Becky to hold it till Rhea gets back. Rhea's going to challenge Becky the night she gets back, saying, I never lost it. Rhea's going to win, and then basically Liv's going to get the next crack at her and beat her.
Or you think they give... Now, we've already made our pick for Money in the Bank. Tiffany Stratton. Right. Which makes the most sense to us. What if they decide to pull Liv wins it again and then cashes in on, say, a returning Rhea? After the whole thing with Becky, that's what's right.
Could do that. Well, I mean, yeah, that would be the kind of the ultimate revenge.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because the last person who win Money in the Bank twice, cashing in twice, and winning twice was CM Punk.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of wondering if they're going to do that again.
Good. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's it. I think that's pretty much the Raw review there. If you're happy with Becky winning, great. If you're happy with Becky not winning, great. Whatever. Right? I just say from my point of view that I don't think really had to, but I can also understand your point of view to the point of there too. Plus, we've kind of fancy booked it too a little bit too. So hey, whatever. Either way, we're all happy. Anyway, take us out of here too, folks.
Go follow us on YouTube, the Wrestling Podcast. You can go follow us over on Spotify too. Rate 5 stars. Join the 4 other people that have rated us 5 stars.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We keep trucking along here. Yeah. Go find us on socials. DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA Sports Pod on Twitter, X, whatever we call it these days. I think it's not that long before it goes back to just Twitter.
I just keep on calling it Twitter. I'll call it X. It's just kind of whatever.
And then, he's April1982 on Instagram, Andrew DA Sports on TikTok. I'm DLines1991 on Twitter. We'll catch you down the road.
Who's your favorite Harry Potter character?
Voldemort.
Yeah, the Dark Lord. Love the Dark Lord.
Actually, that's a lie. It's Malfoy.
Malfoy? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm a Voldemort or I like Snape. He's dark and weird. He had a nice ending to the end.
Snape was dope, but
for sure. The late Alan Rickman.
I always liked the smug, cocky little prick that Draco Malfoy was.
Fair enough. Anyway, Have a good night, everybody. Bye.